In 2020, I was sentenced to prison for some financial deception crimes. I was going through a really tough period in my life. My relationships had broken down. I'd lost my mother. I was really in a difficult place in my life, and I succumbed to my sin. I stole money from a bank. I believed I was smarter than the system and that I could beat the system. I basically lost everything at that point in time. I lost where I was living. I lost the relationship with my children. At that point, I had 3 children under the age of 10. I brought shame upon my family. I was alone and I had absolutely nothing. I went into prison with a pair of jeans and 2 t-shirts. In 2020, the COVID pandemic was just starting. So it was a really tough time. Not only was I going through something that was a really difficult experience, but it was a really hard time, probably the hardest time in this state's history to be in prison. I was locked in a room about 2.5 meters by 3 meters for nearly 90 days straight. It was during that time though, I started to read the Bible. I prayed for answers. I started to realize that I wasn't alone. I felt that God came and spoke to me and told me that I would be okay. I just needed to open my heart and listen to the message and repent my sin that I had done, acknowledge the mistakes I had made. After 2.5 years, I became eligible for parole. Unfortunately, Victoria Police came in and charged me with new charges. The judge gave me an additional 5 years in prison. I prayed to the Lord and I said, I have heard your word. I have committed my life to you. I trust in you. But if you think that I need to stay here for longer, then I trust in your will. About an hour later, I was called up by the prison officers who said, you're required back in court. I went back and the judge said, look, I've actually made a mistake. You're eligible for parole again immediately. And I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. The pastor came and saw me and I told him and he said that I've never heard of a judge admitting they made an error like that. These things don't happen. I was reborn in that environment. The me that went into that prison died in prison. I am a new man now. I have a relationship with Jesus and it's miraculous, but it's not surprising. You're not defined by the mistakes you've made, by the sin you've committed in the past. God is there and God fulfills his promises to those that are honest and faithful and loyal to him.